Hello, how's it going everyone? Back again and for another episode. I'm going to dig, but let me know if the gamma has been adjusted properly. I did some adjusting, I didn't do it in the recording software. Instead I did it in the game settings. So there were two values for the gamma. I turned both of them up, so there was uh, the, the normal gamma or something like that for increasing the daytime stuff or whatever, and it I put it up to 2 from 1, and the other value, so what was it? The other one was at 1.8, and I I got it up to 4, which is max, as far as I understand. And so, I mean, the difference is obvious. Like, I usually would put a torch every 6 blocks or so. And here I went all this without realizing that I didn't put a single torch between this. So there's a this is going to be a bit different, I guess you could say, because previously I was playing like normally. I wasn't adjusting anything on the game in terms of the colors, the brightness and stuff. So I felt the necessity of placing the torches every couple of blocks, essentially. Well, every 6 blocks. And so, yeah. Now this is going to make it so that I wouldn't need to place a torch here, essentially. And like, for me it's really bright, but as far as I understand, in the video it's going to look pretty similar to how the old videos were made. Like, they were rather bright, like really bright actually. So now I'm playing as how the now I'm playing in the atmosphere as how the video would look like, in the same atmosphere pretty much. And yeah, it's different, and it definitely alters the way I'm doing things. So first thing that's very noticeable is that, yeah, I'm not placing that many torches anymore. And I think I'm going to have a problem soon, and that is I'm running out of steel. I thought it would last me for longer than this, but funny thing is that iron isn't here yet, so this floor doesn't reach iron. I think only the other floor, the next floor, will reach. Hopefully, I mean, I found iron on the old save game, on the old version of the game, and I've just transferred the save file, and then yeah, I started digging this floor. So I don't know if that's because of the floor, or maybe the new game doesn't think that at this level iron should be spawning. I'm pretty sure it's just because this floor is above the threshold to finding iron. I'm pretty sure, but yeah. So with this brightness thing, I don't know. It's different for me. um, I may, I may, I may just do adjustment of brightness on the recording software instead of this, but for me it looks kinda fine. I mean, it looks okay. It's bright, of course, but I checked by walking around the dark areas, so where there are no torches. Where there are no torches, it's almost completely dark, as if nothing has been changed. And I think in the option where I was adjusting it in the game option for this gamma setting, it said something like that, like it's going to, yeah, like adjust it, but barely or something like that. But for the other for the other option, it wasn't explained, so I assumed it's going to help. But yeah, this is what I've got. I mean, if it was completely dark, like let's see, uh, I'll, I'll 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 completely separate this from the rest. Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, if I just separate myself from any light sources, it's complete darkness. But well, yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say. That this gamma setting, if you change it in game, it's still you can still experience darkness, but just feels like the light sources, they last for longer or something like that. So you can place, I guess I can place a torch 20 blocks away and it's still going to provide more light than previously. Let me just smelt those last iron lumps, and then also I wanna check how many hallways are left. If I could quickly get into the next floor, that'd be really good, because I'd probably I'd probably start finding iron again. There aren't that many hallways left, so that's good news. And with those couple more of iron lumps, I can actually, yeah, continue digging at this good pace, I guess. And if I really wanted to, I could take this copper and smelt some of it as well. Turn some of it into couple of bronze pickaxes. Let me get the shovel, just a stone shovel, and get this gravel out of the way. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If I use up all of my steel pickaxes, then I'll try to craft a couple more, but bronze. So bronze. I wanted to go up to 100 copper lumps first, but I'm going to change things a bit here, or I could, because, or more like thanks to the discovery of iron. Now it's like a completely different situation. But look, I even found some copper as well. So yeah, good. Almost 60 copper lumps. The copper picked up as well, just at the same time as I discovered iron. Copper also started piling up, essentially. I mean, relatively speaking, before it was so much more difficult to find it, and now it seemingly pops up more often. Maybe I'm imagining, but or maybe it's just a lucky streak here. Who knows? Possibly there is not even any more iron, after this lucky finding of iron. initial finding of iron, I mean. Maybe later on there's not much more, not much more than what I was getting in terms of copper, so it's like going to be a struggle to find enough iron to keep using steel tools. But that remains to be seen. Let's keep digging through these last hallways, and I'm really... Oh, look at that! Iron is here. It's here. It's actually here. It's just that seemingly I wasn't able to find it for quite a while, which is concerning. I'm hoping this doesn't indicate something that the previously that amount of iron that I have found was just lucky. Hopefully it doesn't mean that. I'm also picking this coal along the way. I mean, not all of it, but now I sort of decided to pick at least that up. Yeah, because I mean, I'm going to need it, even though here I'm rushing to really dig these hallways. I still at the back of my mind, I'm like, you're going to need that coal. You're going to need it. Pick it up now. Don't skip it. So yeah, I guess I used a couple of uses of my precious steel pickaxe and picked it up. But yeah, so that means that at this level I can find iron. It's just that maybe it's not common at this level. Maybe I need to go a bit... Maybe next floor is going to be the optimal depth for finding iron. Let's see. Last two hallways. That's awesome. Probably I'm going to be able to start digging the floor as well. So, floor digging in the same episode. So, if I can finish those two hallways in the next 7.5 minutes or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So let's do that. Let's not waste any time. Yeah, I'm still placing some torches. Just certainly not as many as before. Definitely not even close, I guess. So previously, as I said, about a torch every 6 blocks, and here, I don't know, that's a pretty big gap between those two torches, so yep, certainly less. But yeah, how's my FPS looking? I think pretty good. I went up to the surface, so you could say I was like exploring a bit, if you could call it that. Let me smelt this, but this I have upped my viewing range quite a bit. I think the default is 100, so maybe I can get away with reducing it to 150 just for that extra bit of smoothness. Wait a minute, I wasn't able to break glass slab by hand in 5.1, but 5.7 actually lets me? That's amazing. That's those small differences that are amusing to see. Because I remember the gold blocks, I was able to, I mean, not gold blocks, what am I saying? The glass blocks I was able to break by hand, but not the slabs. That's awesome to know. It will be quite helpful during construction, I guess. Though since I have changed my mouse, I probably won't have any more double placing incidents, one could say, or double stacking, which was sorta funny, I suppose something to talk about during the long periods of digging and placing glass slabs instead of cobblestone floor. But yeah, I guess moving on. As I said in maybe the previous episode or the episode before that, it's not the same. It's not the same anymore. But hey, what can you do? Hey, that's another batch of iron. That's how many? Four? 4 blocks of iron. Very nice. Oh, it feels so wonderful to actually not double place these blocks, and so strange. I'm as I'm placing the block, I immediately have this feeling that it's going to uh, double stack those blocks. Okay, it's going to double stack this one. Okay, the next one, and once I go through like 5 or so blocks and I realize, oh, it's not going to because it's the new mouse. It's a nice feeling, but also strange because you're already expecting some extra work for yourself, but then get pleasantly surprised that it's not happening because your mouse is working properly. So that's great. Lots of changes, I suppose. New version, new uh, graphics. What else? I increased the quality up to 1080p as well. Funnily enough, the previous videos that I was doing, the previous quality was 720p 60 FPS, but funny realization is that it never was 60. Maybe on some rare occasions, I think I felt like it went up to or close to 60 FPS when I was building stuff on the tower. So during those rare moments when I was working on the tower and wasn't exploring anything. But yeah, it's only during those rare occasions. For the rest of the time, it was, I think I said 35 or so FPS. I checked 35 to 40. And I mean, I don't even know, was it because I upped the viewing range to some crazy number? I'm not quite sure now. I just know that viewing range and exploration, yeah, I guess, like refreshing a lot of chunks of map and then having a large viewing range can hurt your FPS very badly. Well, guess better late than never to realize, but yeah, now I realized. So, okay, actually, let's not remove the floor. First off, what I need to do is go ahead and smelt some sand, get some glass going that I can turn into glass slabs. So for that, I'm going to hope that there are some glass blocks in these chests. Let's see, are there? There are, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. Let's store the cobblestone then, and we'll be getting to work with the sand stuff. Yeah, I'm going to need to get some sandstone then and get this stuff smelting so I can turn it into glass. Yep, let's do that. let's see. Is the sandstone formation or like spawn in here still? Or is it gone? Oh, it's like... It's gone, I think. Oh yeah, it's gone. Wow, that's so unfortunate. I I think I'll have to go back to the surface and get some sandstone there and then climb back up. Yep, that's what I'll have to do. But before that, I think I'll try finding a couple of iron blocks as well. Because I forgot, I wanna craft my first bucket. But that's for another episode.